So we see Judge and Caesar, who's still fighting, knowing that the two former members of MADS have been reunited, which it is a illegal research group, which they did mention about Vegapunk, in which we going back to the story right now, where everyone is actually in shock of CP0, where Goas actually say they appreciate them going for the effort of returning the Zero Hands, but the Asper will make sure it will take care of it, knowing of the fact that he will not allow them to meet CP0, by which we knew how they is not going to take no for an answer, despite of being a government official and also a secret agent group. They decided they need to take matter in their own hands, by which they actually realized that 2 months ago a CP5 vessel went missing, and then a month later one of these CP7 vessel vanished as well. Then about 2 weeks ago it was a CP8 ship, which there's a lot of CP agent ships have been gone missing onto this very island, in which they actually knew not a single one of the Cyberpol agents will actually survive the trip. That is when we see Liv actually knew that they are accusing them of sinking the ship, knowing of the fact that they would actually defeat them, even though she's trying to anger them, in which we knew how Lucci knew that they will abandon the ship and infiltrate as spare ability, knowing that they are all made of metal. But we see back at Kagabaka Kingdom, we see Kuma actually remove his wires because he knew something is wrong. That's when he uses ability on himself to teleport where he needs to go. But back at the junkyard, we see how Vegapunk actually wants to leave Egghead Island, which he wanted to be happy, which the fact that he spends every money that the government gave him for his research. But he's only limited by time, money, and manpower to do anything that he wants to do, which he wants to change the world with his science by making a world where free energy is available to everyone, in which it means that he can create a sustainable energy source, just like the lights that you guys see, air, earth, and the sky, knowing of how he can change the world by creating a new technological sources that he can make for mankind, in which we knew how he sees the world that is full of great resources that he can actually make a better world for everyone, which he can actually do that. But he heard from Luffy that he doesn't care. But knowing of how he understands of his technology, which led him to the investigation of the ancient fuel that powered the soldier they see today. And his nature as a scientist actually made him wonder what they can do, knowing of how he loved a dear of his who died knowing that he found himself diving deeper into the abyss, knowing of what can he do. But then they actually heard an explosion, which they knew that the government wants to erase him, knowing of CP0 is on his way, in which they knew what they could actually did, in which they've made it towards Egghead Island, knowing of everyone is actually in shock to see the Cyberpol agents on their way, in which the other Straw Hats are actually in shock to knew that the other beast who actually destroys everyone else, which of course we knew how they say that as Snake, X Hawk, and as Shark will be deploying, and they actually going to trust Sintomaru with their trust, in which we knew how Vegapunk is going to leave the island, knowing of how they actually will be in the battlefield, in which he asked to bring Bonnie with him, knowing of they're going to be in the field, in which he vanished, which of course he actually going to leave the island, by which the beast is actually on the Cyberpol radar, knowing that they are going to attack, which Kaku is about to use his Tempest kick, but Sushi actually reminded him if sooner there was a hologram, knowing of how they are going to go to the island in the tower, knowing that if someone who enter it, it will actually triggers a laser, which it actually calls the Frontier Dome, knowing that it is a security risk, by which really gets into Kaku's nerves. But we knew how Atlas is actually going to stop them, but Rob Lucci, with his beast form, using a new finger pistol technique called the Six King pistol, and attack Atlas, which she was defeated, knowing that Lucci and Luffy have met again, which they knew they're going to fight once again during the Ebbie's Lobby arc. So we knew how there was only two problems that we see right now. First, that the former members of MAD who actually returns. Then the second part is CP0 attacking Egghead Island, knowing of how they will actually came and kill Vegapunk, but knowing of Luffy and Lucci going to battle again. So we're going to see what's going to happen on the next chapter next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is the Anime Guy right here saying signing out. Laters, and be safe.